Sally. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow, 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 meow. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow, 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 meow. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow, 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 meow. He likes being an only cat.
He does?
I'm the only one that misses those other cats at the other place.
Oh.
You a good cat?
He's a good cat.
He's a good cat. He's a great cat. Sally. He likes to watch the chickens and the dogs.
Yeah.
And the neighbors, all the kids playing. He'll sit in the window over here and just look out the window.
Watch him.
Watch him. Huh, Stanley? Is that true? Stanley? Kick him out? Kick him out? Come out. Come out. Kitty, 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 kitty. Did you have some cat? You did a silent meow? You're not in the mood? No. He's gonna plop.
And he goes.
I broke a glass first thing this morning. That's how I started my day.
Did you hurt your...
So then I had to I just had to clean it up before the dogs started walking everywhere.
Mm.
So I mopped the sun's not even up, but I'm in here mopping the floor. God, I'm just tired of chores, man. I want to have some fun in my life. Again. It's like I get all this energy, and then to get rid of the energy, it's like, well, don't be lazy. Get up and do your, cleans, and that's all I do is clean stuff, or do laundry, or fold laundry, or bleh. That stuff ain't fun, man.
No, it's not.
Stuff ain't fun at all. So, hey, Skywalker Twice AM, how do you do? Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. As it was presented to me, a Heyoka is okay. According to definitions, Heyokas are to be male gender only. You can't be a Heyoka and be a woman. You can't be So I guess if I were to ask other people that go along with those ideologies, they would say she is no Heyoka. If there's criteria, except for having a penis, I fit them all, except for having a penis. If I would have listened to all of the people my whole life that said, you can't do that, girls can't do that, there's a lot of stuff on this planet I wouldn't have done, and I did it anyway. Chee-chee! So, I never bought into that, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, God don't make junk. I never wanted to I never did nothing to frickin', say, God, you made a mistake when you created me, and I'm gonna designate so by freaking denouncing me as you have created me, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pay a bunch of doctors and have them cut off parts and try and put on parts and basically mutilate my body, because I feel like if I was a different sex that my life would be different and easier in some kind of way. And that to me is nutty. So anyway, a Heyoka in the Sundance, what Heyoka does is in the Sundance, a 3-day dance where people dance for 3 days nonstop. And the Heyoka gets in your face, dressed all big ol', we're the contrarian, We're the ones that, however you think the world is, we're going to give you the possibility that it's at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different kinds of ways. See, like me or not, I give people food for thought, and I'm pretty sure I think the world's getting hungry. 'Cause it's tired of trying to tell its psyche what society tells them is true, when knowing full well every fiber in your body knows the narrative is crap. It's just a story. Mom and I were just watching The Good Doctor. There's a crossover coming. It's going to be The Good Lawyer, I bet. Which is kind of funny. Anyway, she's OCD. And her traumas tell her that if she doesn't do something in 3, something bad's going to happen. See, I'm like Good Doctor. I'm autistic. I'm nacho neurotypical. Only thing is I can articulate why other people on the spectrum do things that they do. Yep. Because I fully understand why I do things the way I do. Like when people say, we don't look at you in the eye. Oh, I'm looking. I look at people in the eye. I look at people in the eye at a time. People don't look me in the eye. And then once I look them in the eye and I find out and I feel full well what they are, then I don't gotta look anymore because I'm just feeling. I'm just like a little tuner fork, just feeling. How you feel? You know, what kind of cologne you wear? What kind of labels are you wearing? You know, how do you take care of things? You know, I'm looking at every single. You know, like. They talk about hypervigilant. I'm one of them. Sometimes I see, because I don't want to be OCD. I didn't want to be like the people that did those things. So I disciplined myself. I learned how to curb my own tics, so to speak. Whatever they'd come up, and as I get older and the stressors change, I get different tics. I have more now. I'm an adult. Now I'm a grown up, so there's no excuse. I don't get to act out, have tantrums like I used to, because that's not how grown ups act. But so I gotta have positive releases because everybody has energy in them. It's we all got like our electricity, how our heart beats, boom, boom, boom. That's electricity. I was gonna be EKG technician once, So you got the electricity. It's what you do with that electricity, that potential. Are you gonna go out with that electricity, that heartbeat, and do things to make people more than just yourselves' lives comfortable? Or are you going to do things for other people and animals too? This incarnation, our lives are not just for us. And I used to live like my life was just for me too. I remember trying to find a place for Mom to live so I wouldn't have to worry about her, because all the significant people in my life at the time were telling me, you deserve to have a life. Just put your mom in a home. My brother was telling me, put your mom in a home. Just everybody's telling me, put your mom in a home. And I'm like, dude, you ever been to one of those places? And these people tell me no. And then I'm like, well, then you probably wouldn't go visit her either, so why would I do that? I mean, come on, man. So, I'm surprised more people didn't freaking like my Arroyo Hondo story. Yeah, like attracts like, and there ain't definitely a lot of people like me, that's for sure. So I went out today and I went and looked at a Suburban. I'm looking to upgrade something different that's a little bit more conducive to my lifestyle. I'm outdoorsy. I like outdoorsies. I like getting dirty. I like doing all that stuff. I like nature. It's my church. So I went today and I met a nice man, and he brought out his Suburban to show me. It's real nice. It's a freaking 1993. He said he and his son went through all the systems. They went through make sure there weren't no leaks anywhere. I didn't get in the engine, but I did get to test drive it. He wants $5,500 for it. He was going to give me a little bit. He was going to knock some off me because he said people are trying to lowball him. I said, that's because people, I mean, I recognize what this is. It has 177,000 original miles on it. It has, it was owned by a doctor. The guy made a trade for it. He traded for it. He builds houses, you know. He likes to grow weed like I do. You know, and then so what I'm gonna do tomorrow, well, let's see. I can't, weather permitting. Mom likes it too. Mom likes it too. But you know, he's like, I don't have to sell it. They just have too many toys. They got like, you know, they got like skid loaders, like, you know, tractor cats and stuff, you know, big, you know, they got, anyway. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days and then snow. Well, rain, snow the next 3 days. So maybe I'll get out there tomorrow under the carport and clean it out. And I got to clean. I want to make it all nice, take a bunch of nice pictures, and then see if I can't sell the minivan. Get it, make sure it goes to a nice family. You know, it has a DVD player, tinted windows, it has like the button to open the doors. I mean, that wasn't bad for '06. I mean, we always grew up with crappy cars, you know, but everything works in it, 4-wheel drive. So if it's supposed to be, then things will line up. And if it's not, I told him, I said, you know, don't if somebody comes and wants to give you the cash for it, then it's supposed to be theirs, because I got to work a little bit harder for it. I got to work for it, you know. Things don't come in, and they don't come. I got to work for everything in my life, man. Everything. Oh, it sucks. But so watching The Good Doctor. You know, the nacho neurotypicals just reminds me more and more, this is how the meek are going to inherit the earth. More and more people are just becoming more and more energetically sensitive, you know. I didn't have the luxury of growing up in an environment where people said, you know, I took a test. They said, oh, she's autistic. Let's make sure that she, you know, she succeeds in life. Let's make sure, you know, we'll have these special programs. They put her in these special classes, and, you know, and she gets to take her extra time and taking her tests and make it nice and easy so she doesn't get stressed out. So, you know, I didn't get that. No, they put me in with the freaking retard kids. And I just had to try to freaking, you know, play along. I've been trying to play along my whole life. Anybody else feel like you're just trying to play along some stupid game where the freaking controllers just like keep changing the rules and making the rules different? My brother was like that. He's a Virgo, man. When we would play games when we were little kids, he would always change the rules so they suited him, and I would lose. I'm real good at losing. You know, people could call me a loser because I've lost so much in life. The way I look at it, you can't take this stuff with you. And if it's not supposed to be with me, then it's not supposed to be mine. I live my life that way. I always have. People make fun of me. You always follow your heart. Well, what? You don't have one to follow? Why don't more people follow their heart? I keep seeing, it's like makes my third eye twitch, you know? I mean, the cracks of society are still getting wider, yet fucking, you know, excuse my language. I get excited, I cuss. I try to work on it. I'm seeing, like, you know, these astrologers are, you know, here comes the conference. Now they're going to like Paraguay. Rick Levine's doing one in Paraguay. It's like spirituality just definitely is not for poor people, man. Man, if you got a spirit and you don't got freaking a lot of money, disposable income, I guess you're freaking SOL. You don't get to ascend or go to, you know, level up or get any knowings of any kind, you know, because everybody got to pay for paid inclusion required. It's ridiculous. That's why I tell people everything I know here, man. Maybe I'm not for you, maybe, you know, but that's the thing is like, I believe in divine in such a big way that I just let it lead my life. I just do. Like yesterday was a pretty okay day. I did my talk. I was overstimulated. So I went into town and I went to a new restaurant and it's called the Manzanita Market, I think, and I got mom some quiche. And then I got this like braised beef sandwich thing. I think it would have been better with more caramelized onions on it. It was still good. I mean, it's good quality, farm to fresh, vegetables, produce. Mom ate all of the whole thing, and then she ate her salad. I mean, that's the thing is like when you get good food and it's local and you eat it, your body responds. Like your cells get like, thank you for putting good stuff in me. Like premium like just taking care of yourself. Just acting like you care. And so it was I met a nice young girl named Claire, and it's so funny, like, because I've worked in restaurants before, when I worked at Chevy's, and it's a process that helps people teach people how to think, I think. And sometimes when people aren't good at thinking, they're not. It's not real good. It's not good for them. That's not a real good. Anyway, so like they have like this like a podium here back here, and then they have a bunch of menus on it, right? So the idea is so you pick it up and then you look at it, and then you decide what you want, and then when you get up, then you order. And then they have like a few actually, let me go back a little bit. I went into the Turquoise Silver Company because the gal who owns it was her birthday on the 17th, so I wanted to go wish her a happy birthday Earth Day. She's down in Santa Fe with her with her partner. They're celebrating her birthday. I met another man. He was taking care of the shop for him. And I don't even see, because I feel things about people, and then I say things, and it triggers a recognition in them. And I started talking about my cat Stan Lee. And he said I said, and it's for Stan Lee after, the comic book guy, because I like all that stuff. But people they got out of control and lost their spirit. But there's knowings and teachings and everything. So take the good and leave the rest. So so the guy's name, well, my name's Stan Lee because of my dad. And I was like, of course your name's Stan Lee. And so I mentioned I was starting to get hungry, and he recommended the place next door. He said, we share a wall here. And actually, they don't. Actually, there's two separate buildings, and there's like a little narrow gap between the buildings all the way down. But I'll tell him that next time I see him. Anyway, so per Stan Lee, the man that I met at, that's name has the same name as my cat. Synchronicities, I love them. He recommended the restaurant. I went over there. So I'm standing there in line. I'm watching stuff. I took pictures. I put a whole post up. But the places I put posts up to, it's like I had a series of like 5 pictures, and it was like a little story, with the restaurant, and they posted one of the pictures, and I was like, what the frick? That's stupid. So where is it? So I started a new Facebook page this morning, New Mexico in its entirety, where people can just go talk about stuff, whatever they want. There's a lot of human traffickers in New Mexico. So you see a lot of these ads that say, I work for Amazon. We need like 20 workers. We don't ask for papers. Yeah, that's human trafficking stuff. So, Maybe I'll make butter tomorrow. They freaking had a motorcade because some cheerleaders won, like, state or something. But, I mean, we're in New Mexico. There's not a lot of competition. Why? Because they care more about green or red chilies than they do about health and fitness. That's why. Makes me sad when I see little fat kids. You know, go walk with them. Help them with their diet. Teach them how to eat proper, man. Give people a chance. Give people a chance. All right, now I can't find the page. There's all... Okay, let's see. I posted it online. Oh, I made mom French toast this morning. This was good. I fucking hate the lighting. Oh, an apple? I hate you. Just in case you're wondering. That on the end, that's strawberry, and in the middle, that's blueberry, and then on this side, it's maple syrup for dipping sauce. Yep, that's what that runny stuff is. Huh, Ma, you grubbed on that, too. You ate all that, huh? Mm-hmm. Finally, it's New Year's Day tomorrow. Finally, we made it through to the new year. Happy New Year's, Mom. We're going to wake up to a new year. Spring. How's that feel? Think it'll feel pretty good, Ma? Yeah. Yeah? How you doing today, little lady? You tired?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Do you want to go lie down?
Yeah, I need to do that.
You want to go lie down right now? Okay. All right, let's go do this.
Just a minute. Whoa.
I got you. You okay?
Uh-huh. Oh, your hands are nice. Okay.
Were you falling asleep?
Yeah, I'm kind of drifting off.
Want to say hi?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I can see your hat, though.
You can see my hat?
Yeah, and if I can see your hat, I know you're there.
Here I am, Mom, right here.
Would you look at this?
Yeah.
It's that.
Look, they got lights like we got on.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Yep, they got a big old cabin up there.
They live there.
Yeah, they live there. Night. Potentials. All right. Now I'm getting hot. Getting hot. This thing, man. I love this hat, though. It's so thick, and it has my little tag on it. Damn it, I don't know. I get so excited. I don't know what about. So being nacho neurotypical, it hasn't been easy for me. Yeah, it's one thing though I have learned is that I can adapt. I can adapt and be a part of anybody's world. There ain't a lot of people on this planet that can be a part of mine. So, whatever that means. I just go along to get along. Uh, oh, I was talking about the restaurant. So I go into the restaurant, and they have this podium here, and so like they just got a rush. There's a bunch of people behind me. I ordered, they ordered, I'm off to the side, and then it like kind of cleared out a little bit. People were starting to, it was like after the dinner lunch, so to speak. And so I said, here, let me help you, cause like people leave, they pick up the menu from the podium and then they leave them there by the register, and ain't nobody ever put the menus back at the podium. So then you have people like coming from the back grabbing a menu. It's just so I say, let me help with the side work. So I was doing little side work chores, and so I was telling her, because everywhere I go, I tell people about my favorite restaurant in Omaha, Block 16, Paul and Jessica, and somebody freaking drove through their window the other day. Took out their whole panel window, man. Oh my god, that's crazy. They had to put a big piece of freaking board up and stuff, but I mean it was a cold day too, but they still served, man. They kept it open. But so that was kind of wild. So I was telling them, I say, yeah, these these folks, my favorite restaurant, they're up for a James Beard Award, and then the girl's face like lit up, and she said, she's like, my friend Jennifer, she owns Apple Love, or the Love Apple. I see things about it. I plan on going there because I'm a foodie, I'm a total foodie. I love good food, good ingredients, good service, competent employees, stuff like that. They're real hard to come by these days. So I'll be going there. So I was telling her about, she's like, her friend is up for a James Beard Award too. And it's kind of funny because Block 16 had posted earlier, and I put a picture of the grandscape of New Mexico, and I said I just like to throw things out in the universe, and then if they happen, yay, that's me manifesting. If not, wasn't supposed to be, try something else, keep trying, foot prayers, keep trying. So I put out there, I said, you ever want to do a pop-up in Taos? I'd love to show Jessica and Paul around. I'd take them up to the John Deere Bridge, I'd take them all over the place, and do a nice pop-up here. And that'd be cool to have an occasion where they had like 2 James Beard recipients, and then have like the proceeds to that go towards a spay and neuter clinic, because this place really needs one of those. Just spay and neuter, nothing else. So I got all kinds of ideas. I just keep praying that the universe, I keep my heart pure. I keep my disdain, my animosity, anger, jealousy, contempt, covetedness, all that stuff. I keep that out of my heart, keep that out of my energy field. Try to take care of my soul sack. Try to do right by. I'm just trying to leave the world a little bit better than it was before I got here. And people don't know how to treat people good. They really don't, man. Because a lot of people, I know it took me a lot of years how to. Tucker's giving Luna a facial and she's not in the mood, so that's what that noise is. She's just like trying to establish boundaries, and he ain't having it, huh? It's your girlfriend, you love her, lady lover, lady love. So I don't know, the picture. Oh, I found that post. The picture that I have on and then I lost it because I opened the page and it refreshed. Technology is so ridiculous, man. They want people to become more reliant on technology. They can't deliver. There's so many people that work on the IT side, but they don't even go out when they're out in the world and try their own stuff. So they don't even know how their own websites are working because they're looking at the back end. And so they're saying, okay, if I do this, theoretically it'll work. Theoretically ain't frickin' if I do this, this is guaranteed to happen. IT don't work that way. The world's too uncertain. There's too many variables. And these people pay themselves obnoxious amounts of money so they can say, it works. No, dude, your shit don't work. Before I left my house today, I looked, the guy said he lives above the stakeout. I guess or the shakeout. It's a venue here where people pay obnoxious amounts of money to get married and have parties or whatever. So I said, all right, so I got a general idea where it was. Ever since I did the last stupid iOS, the freaking GPS doesn't work. So I had to call a guy. I'm like, I don't know where you are because I can't find you because I don't, So now I'm going back to maps because you can't use these things more than you can. And the higher you vibe, the more you're going to freaking mess with technology. So ultimately, at one point, they're just going to be freaking paperweights to me. So I just use it while I can. Till I can't use it anymore because people freaking can't make shit that works. So here's my post. Trip to town. Met a nice girl named Claire and ate some real good food at Manzanita Market. Word is there's a David Beard nominee here in Taos. Maybe I'll go there next. I'll be back. Mom ate her quiche entirely. Thank you. A Heyoka named Marge. And then I just take pictures around town. Now that's a principle of the thing. Now I'm going to make it work because I can. There we go. That's too dark. There we go. See? Ever since I did an update, like the camera has a harder time focusing, stuff like that. It's just stupid. This was an icicle I got. That was cool. That was the grub. Mom's quiche back here. A second. That was the scene on the way in. I'm so fucking annoyed right now. See, this is the stuff that drives me crazy. It's like, you can do anything you want in life. Shut the fuck up. I can't get a fucking camera to focus on a picture. You know what I mean? Those love and lighters. And then that was the restaurant. You can do anything you want. No, I can't. That was a cool shot I got. It was dripping. And then that's that. And then I posted on a local page like New Mexico, you're New Mexico or something like that. And they only posted one picture. I'm like, dude, are you people like products of siblings? People are not very smart, man. They just aren't. And it's not just New Mexico. It's Oregon. It's California. It's all 50 states. It's all 120 countries, really. They don't. My niece just did a school project, and I was asking her questions about the content and what her project was about. It was about the Wright brothers, right? So I was like, how old were they? When were they born? And then so she's like going like this. And it was a 2-part. So like she had a part and then her little friend had a part. So it was like a play. I'm like, you don't know facts. She didn't learn facts. She's just doing it, putting on a performance. Kids don't know stuff. They're not being taught things. I see a world where like, and they say like kid labor laws and stuff like that. I'm like, well, don't they also say if you love to do something, then it's not really work? I mean, when I was a little girl, I could have been freaking swapping out hinges by the time I was 12 years old. I didn't get that opportunity. So what did I do instead? I didn't get that outlet. I didn't have anybody to take me in and see the capacity in which I had and the potential in me. I didn't have that. So ain't nobody say, man, she's always taking stuff apart and putting it back together again. Let's get her an auto shop or anything. No, it's nothing like that. So what I hid. I made myself small. I ate my feelings. And I did it for a number of years. And then when I moved to Oregon, and that's when I started noticing that people just don't see me. And I'm going to live the world in a way that's comfortable to me and not comfortable to everybody else. Because the first part of my life, I lived to make everybody else comfortable. And it was very uncomfortable for me. And any of those people I modified and changed my behavior for, are they around in my life today? Or any of them messaging me? Did any of them call me, wondering how I'm doing, how's mom doing? No, none of them. Nobody on my fucking Facebook feed ever watches my video. One guy, Scotty. Besides that, I post every single day. I post, and nobody comments, nobody shares, nobody. They don't. It's like there's this whole set of rules and expectations of decency and ways you treat people. And they apply to everybody else on the fucking planet but me. It's weird. It's been like that. And oh, Marge, you one of those? You have that victim? No, I do not have the victim mentality. I have story after story. And I know that I'm not the only person like this. It's just that there is no justice in the world. There isn't. Universal justice, not by the hands of people. We're the ones with thumbs, man. We're supposed to be the practitioners, the custodians of this earth. That is our job, is to make sure that the earth is able to ascend as God intended her to ascend. And to do that, keep the oceans clean, keep litter, all this stuff. But the thing of it is you have a bunch of unimaginative people with very little skills and aptitude for life, creating a system where they can succeed while so many other people fail. History's been hijacked, folks. Anyway, so what am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna keep setting my intentions every day. Tomorrow's spring, man. First day of spring. Tomorrow, the 20th, 21st. See, it depends on who you ask. So as far as I'm concerned, it's tomorrow. Yeah, I could be wrong and it could be the next day. I don't care. In my heart, it's tomorrow. But, oh my gosh. I hope it doesn't rain too much. I don't want to freaking have to be cleaning out the van in the rain. I hate that stuff. I've had to do that stuff too much. Snow removal overnight. There's just a lot of people that haven't done a lot of really crappy work. And if everybody just does a little bit, it kind of spreads around. But you got all these people that are just like, no, I'm not going to do any work. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do anything hard ever. I'm just here to live the best version of my life. Well, who the fuck? That shit trickles down, man. That weighs on other people. So That's what got us into this mess. Too many people live in the bed. Now you got congressmen and all these people, all these, they got their own planes. They don't even drive anymore. It's just all private planes. And they're going to tell us it's just okay. It's just going to get more absurd. Because self-will is continuing to run riot, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of evidence that designates, that states otherwise. I'm not seeing a whole lot of emotional control. So when I do go out, I will just continue to go the back roads. I think I need to get hold of my friend Judy and do a foot soak. She does those ionic feet soaks. Those are freaking rad, dude. Those are great. I need to detoxify a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of stay close to home this week and see if I can't sell this van. It's a good van. I'll sell it for a lot less than other people sell their junk for. That's for sure, man. Everybody is they're just like, they're so insecure that if they think that they collect everything in their mind that they feel like they need to collect, that they're going to reach a level of security where they don't have to worry about stuff. And that's not how life works. And I know there's a lot of uncertainty too in the world. All these people lost all this money in the banks and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, people have that much money and the cracks of society are this wide? People don't do stuff to help people. That's what you get. That's what happens, man. It's karma. It's universal law, man. It's a universal law. See, that's a law that I recognize, because I don't even need man laws, because I just go by the basic principles that you don't fucking screw people over. You don't hurt people. You don't put your hands on people out of anger or affection without consent and permission. I don't need their freaking legals. It's all to freaking ruin people's lives. It's all for control and manipulation, and none of that stuff has nothing to do with me, because that's not the experience I'm living in this incarnation. And so many other people want it. What do you want, Tuck? Where do you want to be? You want to sit in Grandma's chair? She went to bed. Come on. You want up there? Good boy. Come on. I gotta change his bandage tomorrow. I hate that, because he's so squirmy for me that I'm worried I won't be able to put another one on. It's been a week. It'll be a week tomorrow. So I've done a good job keeping it on. Good boy, buds. Good boy. Good boy. See, I like big Suburbans like that because they're easier. That's a 93, man. I'm going to look at parts. I'm going to see if it's going to be hard to get parts. That's the only thing, is because that's what you got to be careful about, is that, like, yeah, it's, parts always break. as being in maintenance in the Air Force, that's why, they make parts so that they break, so that you have to keep buying the parts to keep the units going. They don't want a bunch of freaking parts that will last forever, because then they don't get to make money, because then you buy a car, everything works, then that company's missing out, so they want it just to work enough. So, but I'll look at and all that stuff tomorrow, because it might not. That's the thing, is people don't think about that stuff. I live in northern New Mexico. You don't want to go and buy a fucking Fiat or some shit like that, because there's not any mechanics around here, because they have, like, their makes and models are all segregated. They have their special tools when this one would work just fine. It's all about, everything's about perpetuating the gross fake bullshit idea, reindeer games, economics, money, because it's for people that can't come up with better ideas. I swear, man. What you doing, Tuck? Where you want to go, bud? Little boy? Is it Mom? I'm unsure, Mom. You're so handsome, man. You're just a handsome little man. Tuck-a-muck-a-luck-a-buck-a-duck. You're just a best boy. You got Grandma's chair. Oh. You want the pillow? He props himself up. He's got a big old tumor on the side of him, but I'm pretty sure it's slowed its growth. Oregon was toxic for all of us in some way. Like, I had a funky, like, fungus on my big toe that it wasn't there when I moved there, and then as I lived there, it was gross. I don't even know how to explain it. And then Benny had a growth on him, Artie had a growth on him, and Tucker started getting a fatty tumor on his side. And then when we got here, the vets took them off and they haven't come back on the dogs. And then my toenails started growing and rejuvenating again. So just more lessons we had to learn in Oregon. Man, that place is a freaking mirage. You think it's one thing and it's something entirely different just because people are greedy. I saw one article that like the drug and liquor board like got, I don't know, they're all corrupt. It's just, it doesn't, you can pick any one of those people, delve into their lives 10-15 minutes and find where they are corrupt human beings. That's why they're in the positions that they're in, is because they're corrupt. Supposedly there's a big shift, a big awakening that's supposed to be happening, but it's been supposedly going down decade after decade after decade. So anyway, let's see. Hey, Kev man, Skywalker Twat. I got a new subscriber today. I thought he had a cool name. Hold on a second. I'm reading. That's funny. Thank you for saying. It's not fun. I mean, that's thoughtful. That's not fun. I don't know why I said funny. That's not the right word. You knew me as Heyoka before you knew Marge, and you were usually one of the few. Thank you. That makes me feel good. You're in Australia. Is that? I'm guessing Australia. I think that's where PETA is. PETA's down there. Or it could be Austin. It could be. I just grew my first plant 2 years ago because Jessica, Naked and Laugh, so I got a couple plants for my birthday seeds, and then I did it like with the wet paper towel where they started to come out, and then I put it in I took so many. I love growing. I still have a bunch. I got all this from freaking last year. Where is it? This is from last year. And I just need to make more cookies out of it. Yeah, so it's good. I don't know. It's not real potent. It's not real, like, I like real strong, because I got a high tolerance too, though. So I don't know. I'm excited to grow this year. I'm excited. I'm gonna do 6. I'm gonna do 6 whole plants, and then I'm just gonna because everybody's talking about, well, what can you do to contribute to your community and society? And I'm like, what can I do? I mean, other people are worried because they don't got skills and stuff like that. I guess I just don't have that worry because I got so many skills that different things I can do. And I mean, I could use I met a guy recently. He was telling me he likes to grow too. He's like, I just love to grow. And I said, well, he's like, do you like to smoke? I said, I love to smoke it. And I like to make my cookies with it. He's like, he has like 55-gallon drums of it, full of it, just because he likes to grow. And then he gives it to people Cause he builds houses. He's built houses, so like he gives it to like his crew as payment. So the ways of the barter and how I've been looking to barter and stuff like that for the last few years, seeing how people are going. Cause like, see, there's always different ways that the earth can go, but it's based on the collective. It's based on how people communitively, like if you take everybody on the planet and you average if they're more than 50% or less than 50% selfish, it's sending the timelines in a trajectory. So once people start living more from their heart, it's going to draw us away from these potentials that we're headed to now. Everybody has free will. It's up to them if we get there or not. It's up to me. I mean, I it's not because I'm not doing the work, man. Every day I'm doing the work. When I do these talks, when I don't feel like doing these talks, I don't want to do these talks all the time. My feet hurt. No, I'm just kidding. And I like doing these talks. My little mom, man. God bless her, man. She's like, love them while you got them. I mean, a lot of people I went to high school with, they lost their parents in the last couple years. Like my buddy Wayne, he just lost his dad. A lot of people, so it's just like, and I'm about killing myself just fucking keeping her with me. Epsom salt. We use Epsom salts. Yeah, but it's a 93. But that's the thing is like parts are so like if it's a rubber hose, I can modify and fix a rubber hose. Like I can manufacture parts from parts. It's the parts and a lot of for on the older vehicles, a lot of parts are transferable. And there's Suburbans around here, but I don't know. I want it. I'm trying not to get too excited because I want it. I'm a mechanic. I don't need to take it nowhere. I would love to be able to have access to the tools, but I mean, I drove it. It is a solid, freaking strong, freaking vehicle. You spit out a string, You spit out a string. Oh, it's illegal because they don't want everybody to freaking circumvent. They don't want people to do what people are doing with it. You know. They don't want people to heal. They want people to stay reliant on, alcohol and pills and things like that because people got to maintain those systems because that's how they get to freaking, drive their their dumb expensive cars and have their, several houses and everything's to feed a system. Nothing isn't even about people. I hope I get to live on a planet one day where I get to live on a planet where people care more about people than they do about freaking nonsense. That's what I'd like to see. It should be illegal in the whole world, I mean, there's this thing that like people use. That's why I hate laws and rules and regulations. They're so stupid because there's the natural course of life. Like my natives, my ancestors, Native Americans, use this for medicine, use that for medicine, use all these different things for medicine, and these freaking dumbasses that don't know about anything but what they tell themselves is true come in and say, you can't do that anymore. And my ancestors are like, what the fuck are you talking about? We can't do that no more. This is like the way. This is like how you heal people. And they're like, no. And furthermore, here are these guns. And here's this alcohol. And we're going to take your soul. And then once you take your soul, then you guys are going to freaking kill each other and become heathens. because that's what happens when people get their souls taken. When people become less of who they are supposed to be and become more of who somebody else wants them to become, that is, and as far as I'm concerned, selling your soul. You know, all those things that your mom and dad tell you, know, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal, you don't, you don't go around, sleep around with a bunch of different people all the time, you don't do all these things. And then as people grow up, they decide, you know what? I do those things. And then they make the choice to do them. And with that goes their soul, a little piece of their soul. Every time you do the fucking chuck, there goes a little piece of your soul. Every time you screw somebody out, and especially you screw somebody over, and it put it like the more harm it does, and that harm trickles down to other people because you're not just causing harm to them, you're causing harm to people that care about them, and all that stuff. All that stuff trickles down. It's come back around, y'all. It's come back around. World famous herb. Well, I've been around the world a lot, and this is the first I've heard of it. So, I'm from Northern California, and I got to go. I got to do things like go camping. Look up a place called Patrick's Point. It's in Humboldt County. Humboldt County. Now, I've been around a lot of places, and a lot of people have heard about weed from Humboldt County. And a lot of these other places, I've heard them talk about their weed, on how their weed is renowned, yet I've never heard of it. So Humboldt is one of the only ones. And like, Alaska Thunderfuck. And then like Hawaii, they got good weed, I don't think it even has as much to do with the place as it does the people, the farmers. Like, I could really do a lot with with my cookies too. Because, I would just grow my own weed and freaking make butter and cookies and give them to people as medicine in the community. And then somehow the universe takes care of me and mom because I do stuff like that. I like to, I don't know. I like to surprise people in big ways. I got to slow down because things are things are so expensive. I wasn't keeping track. And then I had like these unexpected expenses, like my old cable company at the old place. It was a satellite, and they charged me $300 for equipment, and they didn't even send me the box to ship it back to them. So I just had to eat it. I say, you got me for the $300, but you know what, HughesNet internet service, your shit, and your company probably is going to be absorbed by another company, because it's just crap. You charge people $100 a month for junk, and you suck. So there's too many companies like that people get to profit and make so much money. So I don't. I'm kind of on a friend. I'm kind of. I hate money, man. I freaking hate money. I don't have Earth in my chart, so it's like, it's a means to make other people happy. It's a means to keep a roof over me, mom, and the dog's head, and make sure the dogs, all go to the veterinarian and stuff like that. Make sure they're healthy and taken care of. It's just to make other people. I just live without it. So, is it? I never had it. I just remember like seeing it. I like the grape ones, but I don't like dispensary weed. It's crappy. They have them. It's so impersonal and so cold. They're like these like. They rotate them. It's so impersonal. The poor plants. I'm gonna take my plants. I'm gonna take my speaker out. We're gonna listen to classical music. We're gonna dance around. We're gonna, my plants are gonna have a good time. They're gonna be happy to be alive. You take care of things that take care of you. It's how it's supposed to. Yeah, yeah. There's that guy that he went to jail. He got himself out of it. I met him here in Taos. Defender of ants. I wonder what he's up to today. I don't know, he's so chill and mellow when he's here. You know, he like drives around, does talks and stuff. And then he like gets involved with that DC shit and all that freaking nonsense and then gets kind of caught up. I haven't checked in on him in a while. I check in on a lot of people. I was listening to Joey the Gypsy today, and I was just like, dude, you know, if I was there, I'd just help you fix your shit. You know, you wouldn't have to sit in a parking lot for 2 weeks or whatever it was. You know, if I can't fix your shit, then I know freaking 5, 6 people around here that can. So I mean, it's like, I guess a lot of this insecurity derives from people who really can't do things, that have to rely on other people in order to just navigate through life, you know. I know that's not a place I like to be in, and I've been running my mouth for an hour now. 10101 010101. So, yeah, it's legal here in the regulation for New Mexico. I'm medical too, also, but I don't think it matters. You can have 6 plants each person. So I can have 6 plants, mom can have 6 plants. And then you can have 6 that are growing, and then you can have 6 that are flowering. So you can constantly like rotate 6 flowering. Okay, they're flowered. Now I can start these 6 other little seeds. So it's like a constant, or kind of like that. So if you set it up right, you can, I don't know, that's a lot of flour. But mine sits in jars on shelves because, I don't know. So, and you can have, they up the quantities. It used to be like an ounce or something. I can't, no, I'm not even going to say, because I'm going to get it confused with organs. So I'm not going to even speak on it unless I study it or something. So anyway, it's I love it. I love growing. And see, I'm not even just gonna grow that. Once if it ever starts warming up here, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna grow tomatoes and lettuce and bok choy and cabbage maybe, and yeah, cause I don't know. This basically where I live now. It's a little gift from God, I think. You know, from the last freaking 5, 6 years being so shitty, man. Such a struggle, man. It's been so hard for me to just stay on the light side. Just stay. Just don't. Just, you know. And there's been plenty of days that I've been just a jerk, just taking my pain out on other people. I'm hurt, so you know I'm miserable. You might as well be miserable. How come you're not miserable? And how come you get to be so happy? That ain't fair. The point of this incarnation, as I understand it, is to learn lessons, and a lot of those lessons I'm learning is like, you know, acting different, acting different, acting different than I feel. If I feel crappy, there's a lot of days I gotta act better than I feel until I feel better, and that's not always easy for me to do. It's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.